What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers is I provided. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on Dick Wolf. In this video we're going to take a look into where Dick Wolf is from and how he would come to get his name and reputation. Then we will take a look at who Dick Wolf is in regards to the New York City Bloods and what has him serving 50 years to life in prison at the moment. And lastly, we will look at the recent Gorilla Stone federal gang indictment that's been making headlines involving Dick Wolf, along with Casanova 2 times and 16 others. Dwight Reed, aka Dick Wolf, is from Harlem, New York. Throughout the years, Dick Wolf would spend a significant time in and out of prison, where he would eventually join the New York City Bloods, or better known as the UBN at the time. He would gain fame and notoriety within the gang for being a stand-up individual who wasn't afraid to put in work on the opposition, win, lose, or draw, even if he was outnumbered. Throughout time, he would put in enough work to the point the name Dick Wolf was born. Being from Harlem, Dick Wolf was already exposed to the broad vocabulary that Harlem residents use, and instead of calling each other bro, or gang, or son, they say Dick instead. So add the fact that Dick Wolf was already a problem in the streets and the jails to anyone against him, and that's where the Wolf part came into play. And that was how Dwight Reed started going by the name Dick Wolf. Now, at some point in the history of the New York City Bloods, the Stones and Brims were split from the UBN and formed their own individual nations. Dick Wolf is said to be one of the members that spearheaded that movement and eventually started his own Gorilla Stone set under the Stone Nation. The Stones would take off as a nation, gaining traction in the streets and the jails, to the point that the Stone and the Brims are two of the deepest and most talked about blood sets in New York City. And Dick Wolf will be looked at as the biggest ape of them all, who according to the feds, continues to maintain an iron grip on the organization from behind bars. Now, the reason Dick Wolf is in jail currently dates back to January of 2014, when supposedly he shot and killed Calvern Wallace inside a PJ's bar in Harlem and then disappeared. He resurfaced in late May of 2014 when cops in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania pulled him over and noticed that he appeared drunk, reports said. After a brief chase, Dick Wolf would be arrested and after posting $50,000 bail was ordered to appear in a Harrisburg court to face the charges in June of 2014. New York City detectives who were looking for Dick Wolf for the Harlem murder found out about the PA arrest after he bails out and decided to show up to his court date in June, where they arrest him for the murder of Calvern Wallace. Eventually he will go to trial on the murder and gun charges, where he will be convicted on both and sentenced to 50 years to life in prison in June of 2017. Since then, Dick Wolf has been pretty quiet. Besides the occasional pic or shout out on Instagram, you haven't heard too much about him or from him. But that would all change on December 1st of 2020, when Dick Wolf would be indicted with 17 others. The indictment has Dick Wolf as the leader and the other 17 indicted as members of his set, the Gorilla Stone Bloods. Now, the reason the indictment would make even bigger headlines is because one of the 17 indicted alongside Dick Wolf was Brooklyn rapper Casanova, who according to the indictment shared some of his rap earnings with Dick Wolf among other things. Now, the indictment is fresh and it's very early in the case to know what the outcome will be, so we will have to do a follow-up. But for now, it's What's the Numbers TV, and this was a quick profile piece on Dick Wolf out of Harlem, the big Stony, the big ape, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you know who he is, you might have heard of him before. Now, like they said, his name is Dick Wolf. They said he got his name from Harlem. Now, if you've been in Harlem, at least I know they do say, like, you know, in Bronx, they might be like Mo, yo, chill, Mo. On Brooklyn, yo, Sud, yo, chill, boy, yo, you know what I'm saying? But in Harlem, at least on the west side, uptown, like 8th, 7th, they be like, yo, chill, Dick. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all was probably thinking like, what? They say Dick, but yeah, that's how they talk up there, you know. And that it's not even the whole, because on the east side you don't really hear it like that, but uptown, the west side, you hear it a little something. So that's how he got his name, Dick Wolf. Now they say he killed somebody in PJs. You know what I'm saying? PJ's been around for years. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Cam, Old Boy, like PJs, Jimmy's 18th at the sports bar and all that. So that's like been a Harlem staple where people go hang out, chill on a Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly he shot somebody in the head and killed them inside of PJs. That's what he got the 50 years to life for. Now, even when the whole YouTube blood craze got crazy, like, you know, all the blood started coming out telling their stories, you still never heard too much about Dick Wolf. You might have a story here and there, or like when Casanova was going through certain beats, you might hear his name. but you don't really know too much, not really too much stories, and there's not even a lot of pictures out there on him. So, like I said, he is like a figure that people heard of, but not too many people are familiar with who he is exactly. Now, Cass is basically charged with racketeering and all that, drug dealing. But, racketeering is the same charge 6ix9ine had against him. So, Shoddy and all of them, they was getting 10, 15, 5. I think Ro Murder got 5 to 6 or something. So they was all getting years behind it. Cass has a record too. You know what I'm saying? Will he go to trial with the feds? I don't know. So you gotta, like I said, there will be a follow-up to see what happens with this case. I really don't think Cass is being extorted, how they be like, oh, he was giving his earnings. I think, he's just the big homie of this set. If, it comes out that that's what it is. And everybody just shooting some bread, showing them love. You know how it is. Now, they said they got wiretaps and jail calls, between Dick Wolf and somebody else talking about certain things that pertaining to like a non-profit organization and things like that. Like I said, this case is real early and they got a lot of things coming out. So as things start to come what's true and what's not true, I will make another video, but I wanted to focus this one on Dick Wolf because if you type his name in YouTube, nothing really comes up. No history, no story. You know what I'm saying? Now, Mel Craw's got a video up there that he talks about him. He also speaks about him getting his name and all that, so you go check that out. But as far as like his story, I was like, I didn't even have his whole story. I just had certain things that I was able to find out and piece together. That's what I give you this quick profile piece on him, man. But like I said, I ain't gonna ramble too long. There's a quick profile piece on Dick Wolf. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. We finally hit 38 subs. We pushing for 40,000 now. So if you ain't subscribed, you hit that subscribe button. Help us hit that 40K. Also go check the Instagram out, the Patreon, the merch. Become a member to the channel. And if you got any business you want to holler at me, get at me on the email or hit me DM me on Instagram, and we'll figure it out, put something together. But yo, this is What's the Numbers TV. Quick profile piece on Dick Wolf. It's your boy Poro. We out of here. Back before you know it. Peace.